following is a UTV 44 sports production. Friday night rivals. This is the UA Early College UTV 44 Game of the Week. Sponsored by Mobile and Baldwin County Sheriff's Offices and the Drug Education Council.
It's the semifinals, and tonight it's the 3A semis here on UTV 44. One of these two teams is going to Auburn to play for the state championship next week. Will it be the Gordo Green Wave, coming in ranked number 2 on the year, perfect on the season, or the host team, the Mobile Christian Leopards, coming in with a number 3 ranking to finish the season, 12-1 on the year? Two teams who have put up big points all season long, and we'll see who does it here tonight at Harrison Stadium. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox. My partners Dan Brennan and Vic Lockett. And this is a very excited Mobile Christian team to be at a place they've never been before. They've not been to the semifinals. They're excited for the big game, the TV atmosphere. They're ready to go. I really get that feeling for tonight's game.
Well, we got thank yous all around. When we got about a block before you got to the campus, people were saying thank you for coming. So it's obviously a big game, and you'll win it. It becomes a historic game for this program and for this school.
Ronnie Cottrell, first-year head coach, told us if they are to win tonight, they got to do two things. They'll have to weather an early storm from this Gordo team. That's what they do. They get on top of teams early, and his best player, Troy Young, is going to have a great game tonight.
Yeah, and that means on both sides of the ball. Troy Young, you may know him as an offensive running back, but at this, this level, you got to play both ways, especially your best guys. He is committed right now to the University of Arizona. They like him as a safety. He better play well as a safety tonight. This Gordo team has scored 55 in their first 3 playoff games. That's not, every now and then they get 55. Right. They just get 55. They can't get 55 tonight. And part of the way he can help is also offensively by running the ball well. If they block well for this guy, they can keep the ball away from Gordo. That's a big part of the strategy.
Gordo got up 35-0 in the first half against Bayside last week. And Vic Lockett, they too have a player who plays on both sides of the ball and makes a huge impact on both sides.
Yeah, but I'm going to talk about defense.
Of course you are.
That's right. I'm going to talk about number 5, Colin Harrod. He plays linebacker. He makes a lot of tackles. His coach tells me he's just a lunch bucket type of guy, mentally and physically tough, blue-collar type of dude. Last week he had 5 touchdowns offensively.
In the first half.
In the first half. So he plays both ways as well. That's what they do in what I like to call small ball, being 3A, but trust me, it's not going to be small tonight. They look at it as being the biggest thing, and it is big. They're almost going for the ring.
Yeah, Gordo wants to get over the hump. They're 38-2 in their last 40 games. Their only losses in the past 3 seasons have come in the semifinals 2 years ago and the quarterfinals last year. They're trying to make it to Auburn next week to play for the state championship. Kickoff coming up next. It is the Mobile Christian Leopards' first time they've ever been in the semis. They're hungry to try to get to state next week in Auburn. Week number 15, 14 for the teams playing. They each got a bye week during the season, but here we go. We are just moments away from starting the semifinals here to find out who will go on to state. Just 4 teams left in the 6 classifications that are playing tonight. Of course, we already know who's going to be there in 7A. It'll be McGill-Tulane taking on Hoover, and Mobile Christian, boy, they are so ready for this game. They're so glad to be hosting to this game and excited to be here. They've never been here before. Let's go down to the sideline. Tara Reeves is down there on the Mobile Christian sideline. Good evening, Tara.
Good evening, Jim. According to head coach Ronnie Cottrell, Mobile Christian is at the doorstep of a goal the team set before this football season even started. Back in August, the players set up a meeting to ensure that everyone was committed to the ultimate goal of making it to the state championship. And Troy Young said that he feels the determination to reach that goal is what's driving them here tonight. Coach Cottrell also added that his seniors have been adamant that they're going to play 15 games this season, including making it to Auburn for a chance to compete at the state title. Now, Gordo's the only thing standing in the way of that goal, so we'll see tonight how the Lions match up against one of the only teams still undefeated in 3A. Guys?
Yeah, it should be a great matchup here tonight, and special teams are going to be a big part. Both of these teams really have great returners. Last week, Jordan Grady took 2 punts back for touchdowns, and then you've got 6 kicks that have been returned for touchdowns by Gordo. So special teams could be a big part of this one. You've got Troy Young back deep, Jordan Grady back there as well, along with Eric Polnitz, William Hankins, the left tackle and kicker for this Gordo team. And it looks like he's going to lining up to pooch to the far side.
Yeah, he's a straight-on kicker, so he's giving away where he's aiming it, obviously, here.
High and a fair catch called for. Good smart play and good field position at the 40-yard line is where we will see the Mobile Christians come out as Thomas Vaught called for the fair catch. That's a dangerous little kick right there because it's almost like an onside kick that's in the air.
Well, you got to be coached up and know what you're doing. Always holler fair catch because that you have the opportunity to catch it and they can't hit you.
We saw St. Paul's execute a kick like that a couple of weeks ago, and now we will see Cam Horn, senior quarterback, 21 touchdowns on the year, only been intercepted 4 times. And he's got Troy Young in the backfield. Polnitz split out wide to the near side, and it looks like Horn may be changing the play at the line of scrimmage as they put Cam Alexander, the sophomore, out in the slot. Play clock, barely get it off. They get it to Polnitz. Got a good block there from Alexander, and Polnitz takes it inside the 30. 60-yard touchdown, and I like the play call by Cam Horn at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it'd be hard to argue the play call after those results.
You get a touchdown, you count it, huh?
How about that?
On offense right there. He recognized something and went directly to it. Credit the coaches for having him ready to go, and he did it.
And how about 5'6", 148-pound Cam Alexander with just enough of the block out there, I think, on Madry, the safety, to spring him loose, because once Polnitz got across the line of scrimmage, there was nobody who was going to catch him.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. That quarterback got the ball out there.
He did.
Yep.
He did. It went a long way.
That allowed that play to really develop to become that big a play, Jim.
Bo Horn on for the PAT. And Ronnie Cottrell said teams have fallen behind early to this Gordo team. Well, not here tonight. 11 seconds into it. Mobile Christian, they've got the crowd as if they needed a little more. Eric Polnitz with a touchdown. He had one last week for 45 yards, and he's got a 60-yarder to put Mobile Christian on top early in this one. Well, they were ready. Mobile Christian, the Leopards were ready.
Man, were they?
And you said, great point there in the break. Get the ball at the 40, great field position.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. Your playbook is wide open.
Bo Horn kicks it to the near side. And back at the 28-yard line, that's Nelson. And he's going to be slung back down at the 25. And the Leopards, their special teams, make the stop. Cam Alexander hustling down the field after making that great block. There's Ryan Lally, fourth-year head coach of the Gordo Green Wave.
He was very excited when I talked to him prior to the game, ready to go.
As we said, his team has won 38 of the last 40 games. They're 3-time consecutive region champions, perfect on the year, 6-0 on the road, 13-0 overall. And Boyd Chapman, quarterback, gives it to Herring that Vic talked about in the pregame. Colin Herring, 5 touchdowns in the first half last week. He rushed for 4 and caught 1. And he's rushed it for over 600 yards this year. Hankins, Driver, Packer, appropriate with the uniform they have, along with Parker and Pounders up front. Lanier can stretch it on the outside. Langdon in the slot as well. Manning will play wide receiver and running back. Herring, but Essie Davis is the receiver they love to go to. He's got 45 catches on the year, and this one air-mailed as pressure was coming. Devin Sampson, the big defensive end at 6'4", 225 pounds, was in there putting pressure on. And third down coming up for the Green Wave. Defensively, Avery and Hearn, the outside linebackers. Sampson will disrupt it. Then you've got Cox and Fox in the middle. Fox is a junior. He disrupts a lot of things there. The linebackers, Carter Busby, number 5. He's their leading tackler on the year. Brooks, the sophomore linebacker. Brady also in the secondary. Galman, along with Troy Young that Dan talked about, and Ben Coleman will round things out. 3rd and 7 for the Green Wave. Chapman rolls out, fires to the near side, and it's incomplete as it goes off the hands of Thomas Langdon. And the Mobile Leopard defense chases the green wave off in a 3 and out.
Vic, what did you see defensively?
Well, they were well prepared. On the first play, they took away the screen from them, and right there, it was just tough with long-distance yardage. Hard to fit it in there on a pass like that. So Mobile Christian was up for the deal. This stage, as you can see, is not too big for this group, Mobile Christian.
Yeah, I thought Carter Busby dominated his guy, too, on a blitz and was right there in the quarterback's face, giving him a tough view of things.
Langdon couldn't pull that pass down, and he's on to punt here. Jordan Grady, who returned 2 last week for touchdowns, 38-yard average on the season. A big punt there for Langdon, and Grady looking for a block at the 20, and he'll get upended at the 23. Good hustle downfield. Xavier Lanier in on the tackle for the Green Wave. 7A, we know who's playing in that one next Wednesday night. Hoover and McGill. They only play 4 rounds before getting there. 6A, Park Crossing, who beat Blount in that crazy game last week, taking out Opelika, Austin and Ramsey. 5A, good one tonight in Jackson, Beauregard there. Winona and Briarwood Christian, familiar name in the 5A battle. Our game here tonight, Ohatchee and Piedmont. The winner there will take on the winner of this one. 2A and 1A also rounding things out here tonight. And now we've got a block in the back during the return for the Leopards. And move them back to the 17-yard line. Ronnie Cottrell was really, I mean, you could just tell he was very excited to be here tonight in his first year here at Mobile Christian. Second year here at Mobile Christian, first year getting him ever in school history to this part. And they give it off to Young as he sets up his blocks, and now Troy Young out to the 27-yard line. He'll pick up 11, and that's going to be good for a first down.
A nice patience in the hole to let it develop, and he squirts through there.
Bosarge, Dixon, Payne, Prince, Michael Prince. He's going to play somewhere after his senior season. He's a college prospect. McCraney rounds out the line. Holnitz along with Gallman, Ladnier, and you've got Troy Young in the backfield and Cam Alexander and Cam Horn, the senior quarterback. Young had 95 yards last week, and now Horn wants the middle of the field, wants Polnitz again, and he drops it to him at the 45, and Polnitz springs one tackle, but he's going to be down at the 36-yard line.
I was watching it from the start, Jim, and Polnitz just made a nice in move, and he was there, and that's exactly who Cam Horn had his eyes on from the start, and it looks like Polnitz's speed has left him a bit of a mismatch for what we're seeing so far anyway from the team from Gordo.
Pickup of 36.
That was too easy.
Before Sharon finally wrestled him down. Horn off to Young on the left side. Troy Young, who's going to Arizona, and he's the starting safety. He said, if they want me to run the ball in Arizona, I'll do it. They want me to play safety, I'll do it. Yep. Whatever I can do to help my team, I'll do it.
Great attitude by that young man.
He was our guest
on the radio as well, saying the same sort of things.
Pregame show. Kimbrell, Cohen Welch, and Plott, along with Herring, who disrupts things. Barnett and Cornelius Billups, rangy linebacker there in the secondary that's been tested early. Ridgewood, Xavier Lanier, Cavante Sharon. He's got a couple interceptions out of the backfield, able to flip this one off. Got it complete. Keith Gallman with his first catch of the night as he gets up near the 30-yard line.
It's a well-coached team. They've got some weapons, and they know how to use them. That's what I see.
Look like it. Yeah, the execution is there, but just like we've always talked about week to week, the further you get along in these playoffs, the better things are going to look and the more organized it looks because the cream is rising to the top.
They bring Lee Williams in from the offensive line on 3rd and 4. Horn rolls out. He can pull it down. He doesn't do this a whole heck of a lot, but he's got a first down here to the 20. And he's going to be driven back, and you can see Gordo trying to get the ball out of there. There's a flag that came in right at the point of contact.
Yeah, a flurry of them. It looks like it may be in the area of some type of face mask, but I didn't see it happen. Just a guess. The flags came out after the tackle.
Yep, face mask right there.
Yep.
I'll tell you what.
He got a second one.
Yep. Cam Horn doesn't run it a lot.
Yeah, he can, and I'll tell you what, that was just, you know, you're playing quarterback in a big game like this. It may look obvious from the press box, hey, just run it. But in the heat of the moment, that kid made a good decision because he was able to get the first down, and that's really all you wanted right there, right?
Exactly. You always want the chains moving. You don't have to get everything in chunks like they did. Of course, you'll take it, but the key thing is getting those opportunities to get the chance to get it in the end zone.
And from the Leopards, Jim, what I'm seeing right now is speed and moxie.
Yeah.
They got it both.
Got a little swagger with them now.
Yep.
Actually, they called a defensive holding on that. Just an odd.
Yeah, they were holding his face mask.
But anyway, they move it down to the 11. Horn's got Young with him. Young will take it, and not much doing there. We said they moved Lee Williams over there from the offensive line, and he, 5'9", 251 pounds, plugged that hole immediately. Troy Young on the year, over 1,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, rushed for 149 yards and a couple of touchdowns last week.
And he's a product of Mike Gottfried's team focus that tries to mentor kids who don't have a father in the household. And I've seen it do miracles for kids for years here in Mobile and really nationally.
And he was just talking about how much he loves Coach Gottfried.
Yeah, they all do.
Jordan Grady now comes in the backfield.
Yeah, that is a very, very good program. I've had a chance to speak to the kids a couple of times, and they have a good thing going there, like you said, nationally.
Ladner split out to the top, and they put Alexander in the slot. Pullman's to the bottom of the screen, who's had the 2 big catches already tonight. Play clock down to 5. They get Grady lined up. And now Horn wants to take it himself, and he'll ball ahead for a few more yards before he's finished off. Devin Barnett there on the stop. Boy, Ronnie talked about, Coach Cottrell talked about Bayside falling behind 14-0 so quick in that game last week, and he said that's something we cannot do. And here they are, not 5 minutes into the game with a chance to possibly go up.
Or getting up 10 is one thing. Getting up 14 would be a lot sweeter for this
you
team.
start looking at things a whole lot differently defensively on a team that's behind.
3rd and 8. They can get a first down without a touchdown. Pressure coming, and now Horn gets away from the first one, but not the second before he's finally slung down. Coming in to make the stop was Rikishi Cohen, number 21, finally there after he got away from Williams.
Well, we knew this team supposedly is very disciplined and don't make many mistakes, and right there, they just kind of rushed in their lanes and got him bottled up.
This will be a Horn kicked a 29-yard field goal last week. He's got 3 on the year. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Horn to hold. And a high kick, and it's no good. So the Green Wave defense.
Yeah, he got a lot of air under that kick, and it just kind of went, up
right,
rather than actually in the direction of the goalpost. I think he's got a strong enough leg. May have just, I would imagine, kicked the bottom. Yep. Hey, you golf guys, y'all probably describe it as something else, but to me, it looks like he just got under the ball and it started to.
If I'm the
opposite rotation happened.
If I'm the golf guy, you're in trouble.
If I'm the golf guy, it's real. We got real issues. All right, so the Gordo Green Wave come up with a big defensive stand to keep this 7-0, and you can see the big crowd. Gordo in Pickens County, and Sampson late getting on the field as they give it off to Herring. Pushes it ahead to the 26-yard line. It's Gordo school. They have 4 state championships in their history: 68, 1980, 1985. And 2001, and they are trying to get back.
Well, if you're familiar with high school football, you've heard the name Gordo over and over.
Yeah.
Don't know which direction to get there, but you know of the school.
Pitch to Herring on the left side, and he drops the shoulder to initiate some contact there.
It's kind of like a Coke machine with front-wheel drive. There's a lot to that you can hit there, but he comes with a lot of momentum and just a tough kid, right?
Yeah, well, I imagine tonight he probably hadn't seen a school as big as Mobile Christian that he's having to challenge. He probably ran through a lot of tackles on some previous game and the other competition, but this is a good-sized group here in Mobile Christian.
He may have a better chance of running through some later in the game, too, because he looks like he's just going to keep bringing the wood.
Yeah, he does.
Thomas laying it out to the bottom of the screen. They give it inside, and great penetration. Carter Busby was in there along with Devin Sampson. Sampson, 6'4", 225 pounds, got down low.
And on the other side, Andrews Fox, he's 6'5", 227, so it's a big group for 3A football, in my opinion. I call it small ball, but I don't know it. Those guys probably get in my face, and I'll be looking up to them, and they'll say, "Hey, what did you say about small ball?"
Yeah, no, they don't play like small ball.
Langdon to punt for the second time already here in the first quarter. And Jordan Grady stands at the 43. Another good kick. Grady just lets that one go out of bounds, and it'll go out at the 35. So Mobile Christian's defense has been stellar to start this one here. Our UA Early College final game of the 2016 season here, brought to you by UA Early College here on UTV 44. Thank them for being a part of our broadcast as we started back in August, and we're wrapping it up here.
University of Alabama. If you're looking at this now, we probably have wrapped up another Iron Bowl victory. On to bigger and better things.
Vic looking into the crystal ball, stepping way out on a limb
you
as
think,
well.
That limb's pretty strong for me stepping out there, and I'm pretty strong on this pick.
Give to the near side, Alexander with some speed, and he's pulled down by the jersey and the high tackle there. It's Gordo, their physical defense. They are coming at you and playing hard.
Yeah, Durando Welch out here grabs him right there. Coaches over there, Rick Roosevelt Patterson for Mobile Christian, wanted a horse collar, but I don't think he got it inside the jersey.
Cam Alexander, a legitimate SEC prospect on the track, a 100-meter guy. Picks up 2 on that one. Grady goes in motion, and Young stood up at the line of scrimmage and gets just back there. Nothing else before he was wrapped up. Cornelius Billups, a linebacker, able to make the stop for the Green Wave. 3rd and 7 coming up.
I'd like to get a first down here again just to keep the ball away from Gordo, because so far so good defensively for Mobile Christian, but this team averaging 55. In fact, they got exactly 55 in each of the first 3 playoff games.
3rd and 8. Horn lets the play clock all the way down to 2. Looks to the near side, zips it off, able to get it over to Grady, and Grady breaks a tackle, and he's got a first down right at midfield.
You know, we've been talking about a lot of players, but I think I need to add Cam Horn and his arm to the repertoire.
I agree.
He is delivering some darts, huh, Dano?
Yeah, and he just has got this way about him. Like, this kid is a veteran quarterback. He is leading this team, Vic, just with his attitude. He changed the play early in the game that led him to a touchdown, and then you got some weapons on the outside. He delivers it very nicely. 21
touchdowns on the year and just 4 interceptions. Make it 22 now after the first play of the game.
Big first down.
Rolling out, Horn dumps it out. Nice throw, able to get that one off to Grady, and Grady's shifty up to the 41. He'll pick up 9.
Darius Plott made a good play in it, but missed it.
And Vic can speak to this better than I can, but what I'm seeing out of this offense is it's got purpose and design. They're using misdirection and using some of the talent and executing it.
Well, you got that senior quarterback, and you saw him get him in the right place, so you're able to do a lot of things with him being a senior and having some experience. He's getting them in the right play, and he's delivering it to the right person.
2nd and 1, Horn gives it off to Young, and he's going to have, looks like, the first down right at the 40. Tough going on that right side against this Gordo defensive line. And he's got the first down.
Yeah, again, what Dan's talking about, they spread them out right there. Look like they're going to pass the football. We're running the football with the big back up the middle.
They may have better success, Jim, running it with the more of a spread offense than trying to run it in a power formation against this Gordo defense.
A Go Build Alabama first down for the Leopards. This is their 9th home game of the season. Perfect 8-0 here. Young with speed to the 35. Herring rides him down. And those two will have lots of collisions here in the next 3 quarters, you would guess.
Nice blocks on the outside with some pulling offensive linemen.
You can see how Mobile Christian got here in the playoffs. Tough game against Strong, 21-7. Beat Montevella, and then last week got up on the road. Long bus ride, beat Oakman. And rolling out, Horn takes a big hit, but he delivers a strike, and he's got that one to Alexander at the 20 and a first down at the 19.
Yeah, this kid just keeps delivering. Cam Horn, he rolls out. They're really not that fooled by it. He has pressure in his face and delivers a strike.
Jaron Dahl Welch, wow, did he lay a big hit on Horn, and Horn knew it was coming too.
He had to. 6'1", 195 bearing down on you. Yeah, you see that. And he just says, okay, I'll take the hit, but I'm going to deliver the football. Aha, I don't have it.
Another Go Build Alabama first down, and now an offside as Rikishi Cohen came in too soon.
Prior to the snap, we got encroachment on the defense.
Mobile Christian has had the ball the entire first quarter. I mean, they really have.
They haven't. And in this formation, you've got Holnitz wide out. Doesn't look like any safety help one-on-one. He's already showed what he can do.
Yeah, kind of putting themselves in a precarious position. You're pointing out, Dan, this Gordo group.
Gordo takes a timeout with 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Mobile Christian scored on the first play. A 60-yard touchdown. Then they marched it down deep into Gordo territory and missed a field goal, but they've held Gordo to 2 3-and-outs thus far, and now they've got the ball. This one started back down deep in their own end, and they've driven it all the way down here. They got a 1st and 5 coming up at the 15. So we're talking about Mobile Christian. Their loss was a forfeit in week 1. They found out they had an ineligible player, and that was their only blemish. They actually won that game.
Better to find out in week 1.
Yeah, no question.
And better than winning on the field mentally.
Yes, and then they've gone on a roll. You see, they haven't really been tested all that often. T.R. Miller was the one game, and they won up in T.R. Miller 27-19, and I think that's when Ronnie Cottrell started to kind of get that feeling that, okay, this really might be a special group of kids that I have here, because going up there to win is very tough to do.
Big, yeah. You know, back up to 3-0 for the first time in years. They play a legendary 3A opponent, and this team, I think the observer from the outside was saying, can Mobile Christian stay with Gordo? And I think inside that locker room, these kids all believed it way before they hit the field.
I would agree.
And that's the most important thing. They got to believe, not us.
1st and 5. Horn gives it off to Grady. Grady thrown down. Boy, Gordo looks like they just play right on the edge. Yeah, they just very, very physical and intimidating style of defense. That's the one thing I think kind of jumps at you watching them here in the first half.
And I think that, you know, obviously when you get into the red zone, they present some problems. So it'll be interesting to see what Ronnie and his staff does to try and manufacture points when you're down deep. That touchdown, of course, was a 60-yard play.
Yeah. Well, the defense and everything becomes compacted once you get closer to the goal line. And it's easier to defend speed as well when you get closer to it, because you don't have to run a long way to keep up with it.
Right. Now they bring Andres Fox over from the defensive line, put him at a tight end on the right side, and they go wildcat to Young. And Young trying to get to the 10 for the first down. He needed 3, and it looks like he gets just inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. Leopards, if he has enough. The near side official has his foot marking it inside the 10, but we'll see where they're going to spot it. So they're going to give him 2 and going to say he's just shy. They don't have to snap it. I don't think Ronnie Cottrell will. I think he's happy to let as much time continue to burn off this clock as possible, and that will take us through the first quarter. Mobile Christian on top by a score of 7-0. Scored on the first play of the game. And they've got a 3rd and 1 coming up from the 11. When we come back to start quarter number 2, it's the state semis in 3A. Gordo, perfect on the year. Mobile Christian, 12-1. The winner heads up to Auburn to play for the championship. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Brian Anderson, our statistician, Tara Reeves on the sideline, Jared Kihas on the truck. And out of the Wildcat on 3rd and about a foot. Young wants to keep it, steps inside, and he's got a first down for the Leopards at about the 6. First and goal, Mobile Christian.
That was impressive. They had to get that line moved. But, you know, more than likely you go for it on 4th if you're within that same distance. So it was 2-down territory, but they got great push right over center and guard.
I get the feeling, though, this is the brand of football Gordo would prefer to play. Real tight and not spread them out. Let's just play mano-a-mano.
They'll stay in the Wildcat. Avery on the block as well. And Young gives it off. And Grady lunges down to about the 2.
I guess it's Grady's quickness that allows him to...
Very lateral. I mean, he's got those lateral moves.
Missing tackles in tight spots. He gained extra yards to get a first down around midfield with the same sort of play.
And he keeps his legs driving.
Down at the 1. Brady will go in motion. Young hit and driven backwards, and the ball came away, and they took it as well. Gordo made the big stop. Lee Williams came in, made the hit, and stripped the ball all in one motion.
Well, this team is known for its turnovers, and I'm telling you, if you're going to play tight in there and compact football, they said bring it on, I guarantee you.
Now you've got a couple of trips down here and coming away with no points. Watch here. Williams comes in, knocks the ball free, and it just lands right underneath him. And you weren't going to roll Lee Williams off that football.
No, 5'9", 251. That's some compact meat there.
Great play.
Absolute great play. I don't think Young was expecting that hit to come from Williams. So the ball all the way back at the 3-yard line. Chapman will go under center. Give on the right side to Herring, who gives him a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, Herring's playing that fullback spot now. And, hey, this is what he likes to do. Just get the ball right there real quick and probably drives his legs and run through some tackles.
Well, I think you're Mobile Christian. You're starting to think, ooh, coming away with no points on those last 2 drives. You've dominated the game. And suddenly Gordo now has to feel they've weathered the storm.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Good point, Jim. Switch of roles here, huh?
Yep. Pat Manning at tailback. He'll take the handoff, going behind the lead block of Herring. And he's hit at about the 11, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Green Wave, who do not have a first down yet in this game.
Yeah, this Mobile Christian team, I won't say just the defense, because it's been a complete team game to this point. But there's no doubt they wish they had more than 7 right now.
38 touchdowns on the year for Coy Chapman through the air and on the ground. Just 2 interceptions. He was 12 of 12 for 232 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half last week. It's about a perfect quarterback rating.
You're right.
And now they'll spread them out. Play clock down to 5. Chapman with a high snap. Gives it to Herring, who's got the first down. And you can hear the Gordo crowd the first time they've had a chance to cheer tonight on the offensive side of the ball, and he's up to the 21.
Well, that's their man here, and he'll ignite the crowd because they've seen him ignite it before, and they like to see him probably carry the ball and make plays, make some touchdowns as well.
5'9", 213 pounds. Now they want to zip it out to the near side, and they get it off to Manning, and Manning breaks the tackle, and he's got a first down to the 32.
He's another playmaker for him. There's a lot of things about this Manning kid.
481 yards receiving on the year. Lost his shoe on that one.
Gordo's starting to feel like Gordo.
All right. Official timeout.
I mean, it's huge for Gordo, just the fact that they've taken the ball this far out from the goal line area.
Yeah, first and goal at the 5.
Yeah.
To stop him. We'll get a measurement here. Nose of the football says that's a Green Wave first down. Gordo set a school record this year. They've been playing football a long time. They scored 570 points this season. That's a 43-point per game average and a Go Build Alabama first down for the Green Wave here.
Leopard defense has got to play as physical as they have all year right now.
I think Monty Cottrell wants to get the troops together here, calls a timeout, as he can kind of feel, as Vic had mentioned, and you as well, that Gordo was really starting to kind of feel a little bit here after they went for the big turnover. Here's what Gordo has done. You look at the big scores they've put up all year long. They had the battle against American Christian where they won by 7. But since then, it has been big numbers. And Dan talked about the 3 games in the playoffs. They've scored 45 each of the 3 games. And they just got on top of their opponents very early and put them away. And they have the win. They played Montevallo. That's a conference game, a region game, 56-21. They got the win there. Mobile Christian beat Montevallo in the playoffs 36-14. Both played Bayside this year as well. There's Ryan Lowry, young coach, and he's done great things, winning 3 region championships in his 4 years he's been there, 3 in a row.
Very confident, not cocky.
First down for the Green Wave. Chapman dropped back to the 25-yard line as Sampson came in and got him from the blind side. Devin Sampson, the senior.
Yeah, he was loading up to unload it deep. I think his guy had a step on the cornerback, but as he loads up, they load on him.
It's a great job just pushing through William Hankins because he was pretty well blocked.
Yeah, that was a bull rush if you ever seen one.
Yep, kind of pushed Hankins back toward Chapman. A 2nd and 17 after the 7-yard sack. Ball's loose and recovered by Chapman, and now going backward are the Green Wave as they're all the way back to the 19-yard line.
I think Coy was feeling it there, and he was just a little too excited to go ahead and get that ball.
Yeah, that was a good snap.
Going somewhere.
He liked what was
saw it, and it's like fumbled it.
He liked what was dialed up. He liked the play call.
He did. Adrenaline was flowing right there for certain.
3rd down and 19 after the loss of 2 on 2nd down. Chapman from the gun has time, fires a strike on the far side, but it's incomplete as he tried to go to Langdon. And Gordo self-destructs.
Yeah, you know what? It looks like the Leopards only rushed 3 there. They dropped everybody back, so they try to confuse the quarterback and put things in his sight line that he maybe wasn't looking for, Vic.
Yeah, and I think he wanted to throw that ball in a good position, but he knew had he put it where it should have gone, a defender would have got it.
Right, they had a lot of defenders back there.
Yeah, so it was behind the receiver, but that was the only area. And he was hoping the receiver maybe could adjust to it. Not so.
Langdon will punt again inside the 5, and Grady stands right on the blue and white stripe at midfield. Pressure coming. Not a good kick this time, but it does roll for Gordo. Let's see, that did hit a Gordo player.
That's Ronnie Cottrell's voice you hear right there.
Somewhat unmistakable when you hear it.
Yeah,
very distinctive, huh?
It hit his foot on the. You'll see. If we see the replay, it was a low kick, and when it came down, it went right off the foot.
That's a big break for Gordo.
Yeah, that's about a 20-yard swing here. Let's look as it's coming down.
At some point,
yep, right there. It hit him on the way down on the air at the 40.
Wow.
All the way back to the 36-yard line.
24-yard swing.
That's a big, won't show up on the stat sheet. Cam Horn looking to the near side, nothing there. Now he's going to pull it down and wants to scramble, and he's going to get brought down by Cohen. And let's go down to the Mobile Christian sideline to Tara. She's got an update for us. Tara.
Thanks, Jim. You guys said earlier how Mobile Christian hasn't been able to score in the red zone the past 2 times that they've had the ball. So their staff had their team on the sidelines trying to encourage them, telling them how good of a job they were doing. And then they said, you know what we're going to do the next time we have the ball? We're taking that thing into the end zone. And then they slapped their kids, sent them out there. Guys.
2nd and 10. Thank you, Tara. And Horn dropped Lee Williams in there again. Also had some help from Kimbrell.
Yeah, that was Young in the Wildcat carrying it there.
I thought that's what I saw. It wasn't certain. So Gordo is loving it when you're trying to play between the tackles. Now they spread them out.
Yeah.
Third and 10 for the Leopards. Horn with 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. 5 on the play clock. Horn looks its way, fires it, and goes off the hands of Ladner. And the first 3 and out tonight from the Leopards.
Yeah, obviously the quarterback knew the short distance was going to be open, but he would have preferred the slot guy to run this shorter route, but he actually went downfield. The way they played that defense, they were trying to cover the edges and then the middle of the field, down the seam, but out there in the slot was wide open in the flat.
Bo Horn on the punt for the Leopards, and back deep, Pat Manning. And Cavante Sharon, who has 3 punt returns for touchdowns this year. They kick it towards Sharon, but it'll go out of bounds inside the 30. Gordo will come back out offensively. Time for our last trivia question of the season. Who was the first and also winningest coach of all time at Mobile Christian?
This is the last one. Let's make it a daily double.
All right, you doubling down, Vic?
Well, you double down alone, my friend.
Come on, Dano. I thought you'd get in the foxhole with me anytime.
You will both look at that and be like, oh, how did I not think of that? Halfway through quarter number 2. Send Herring out in motion. They get it off on the far side as they want to get it into S.E. Davis's hands. That's his 46th catch of the season. He's got 11 receiving touchdowns. Mobile Christian's done a good job of not allowing him to get free. The second time they target him, and he only gets 1 there on first down. Chapman brings Davis in motion. They drop it off to him, and Davis trying to turn the corner. Got away from Young, but he's going to be now ridden out of bounds by Young, as actually he was able to run away from Fox over there, and then Young came right down the line of scrimmage and finished him off for the loss.
It's like Young knew it was coming, Vic. He rushed to the line of scrimmage when he saw the formation and had, you know, the blocker on his inside shoulder, so he was able to make get off the block and make the play.
That's right. He knew he had contained, and the runner, he's going to look back at this tape and he's going to say, yeah, I knew I should have cut under him. He thought about it but didn't do it. Tried to continue to go wide, end up probably losing yardage.
Yes.
That's what a safety will look like in college right there.
Third and 15 for the Green Wave. A little pump fake. Now they want to run the screen to Herring out of the backfield. Herring up to the 30, and Hearn did a great job to fight through the block. Ethan Hearn fought through and slowed him up, and then he got finished off. Of course, Hearn playing with a heavy heart, lost his mom last week before the game. And
sad story.
Came out and played a great game last Friday with his teammates, and watch him fight through the block here.
Yeah, he's playing inspired ball right there. The lineman should have stayed with him a little bit longer, but he thought his back was probably going to be beyond him at that point.
You might have noticed, actually, quarterback Cam Horn had the 32 on his arm, and that's for his defensive buddy, Ethan Hearn. And Hearn and the Leopards force another punt.
That was another big stop.
Yep. But they got him in a 3rd and long again as well. Low snap. Now they're going to fake. Fired wide open out the far side. They've got it. First down inside the 40. Able to go up top. Cavante Sharon, the cornerback, was wide open on the far side of the field.
Yeah, they probably lost track of him blending in over there amongst his teammates, and they just left him totally uncovered, and hey, the punter just stands up and easy pitch and catch.
Wow, and it was a bad snap as well. You saw the bounce. The center was probably excited because he knows the play that's on. Yeah. And it was Lee Williams as the center who had the big play defensively, and we talked about special teams, how dangerous the return men are. Well, there it's Langdon, the punter, with a nice throw to Sharon, and now Gordo for the first time is in Mobile Leopard territory and looking for more, and Herring
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
To the 21. He is a downhill runner when he gets going like that for sure.
Yeah, he prefers downhills too. He don't want to run anything uphill. Look at the big man there, coming back, slapping his teammates. He's excited about the pickup and continuing this drive.
If you're too young to be familiar with the name Larry Zonka, go to YouTube.
GoBuildAlabama.com first down.
He's Zonka-like there.
For the green wave. Chapman with time. Now flips it up the far side and some space spinning free. He's Manning. And his second catch tonight. Boy, it's almost like the Leopards lost track of the football there because they were coming after Chapman and then they backed off. It almost seemed like they got lost on that one. And now Gordo.
Hey, this Gordo group, they've been in some dog fights before.
2nd and 5 from the 16. Herring right up the middle, breaks a tackle, and he's going to have a first down before Hearn brings him down. And that is a loud Gordo crowd across the way.
Hey, they used to winning, and they used to that guy right there carrying them to some wins. Because my mother used to say they know what side their bread is buttered on.
Yeah, number 5.
Uh-huh.
And it's butter going on that bread, too.
No margarine.
Had a timeout called for.
He's the real deal.
By the Leopards. As we've got 3:43 to go here in the first half. Gordo driving. 1st and goal from the 7. Looking to tie this one up with Mobile Christian. 3A semis tonight here on UTV 44. Good look there at Lamar Harrison Stadium. That's from the north end zone looking back up at the press box where we're at here tonight. Our first time here.
Tight-knit group here, a lot of familiar faces as I was making my way up to the press box, seeing some fans. Old basketball coach at Shaw High School, Coach McElroy, he's got family here.
It's a big deal.
Bill.
It's a big deal when Big Lockett's on campus. Like, we're just making sure everybody knows. 1st and goal from the 7. Herring on the delayed handoff and good penetration. That time by the Leopards as again it's Sampson in there to make the stop.
How important is penetration when you got a big back like that, Vic?
Well, you want to get him before he gets going,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you penetrate, get him around the ankles, and I've never seen anybody, including Larry Zonka, run without their ankles, right?
This kid,
He might not be the skinny kind of.
No, but I tell you what, he's got to have them, skinny or fat.
And there's Coach Lally.
Good guy. I enjoyed visiting with Coach Lally pregame.
They'll put Manning as the tail of the tandem in the backfield behind Herring, and they give it off to Herring on the right side. And holding on to help pull him down was Keith Gallman. 3rd and goal.
Tell you what, when they put that big man at fullback, he's probably going to get the ball on the little belly play. And we can expect that on defense.
Again, this Gordo team has not attempted a field goal all season. So you would think they're in 2-down territory here.
Oh, no doubt about it.
3rd and goal. Rolling out. Chapman looks, still has it, fires, and he's able to get it in, and it's knocked free. Incomplete. Wow, what a great hit to knock that one loose. As S.E. Davis had it, and then got jarred loose. Gallman comes in.
Great play by the defender there, because I thought it was a sure touchdown. Maybe in the NFL, he broke the plane and the play's over with. But no, not there.
Huge play, obviously.
Yeah. Gallman.
Lolly's going to take the timeout, looks like.
Yeah, he's got 3 forced fumbles on the year, and you can see why as he delivered the big blow there. So we'll take a timeout. 4th and goal coming up. It's late in the first half, and we've got a good one here, the semis. Mobile Christian and Gordo playing for a trip to state. Another big play coming up here in the first half. 4th and goal. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Terry Reeves on the sideline. Jared Kiosner, our entire crew last game of the season here on UTV 44, as it's the semis here tonight in 3A. Langdon in the slot, S.C. Davis to the top of the screen.
Now Coach Cottrell playing a little bit of strategy.
He wanted to see how they came out and lined up.
Well, I can tell him right now, find number 5, and the play probably is going to go through him.
Ronnie Cottrell saying, I have no reason to take that time out in my pocket at halftime. I want to give my defense every chance here on 4th and goal.
And make sure they've got the right defense call. Everybody lines up correctly, which I always tell you, that's how it starts out.
Here's how Gordo did during the regular season. We said their 3rd consecutive region championship. Undefeated. And Montevallo was knocked out by this Mobile Christian team. Montevallo a good season, 10-2, finishing 5-1. American Christian gave Gordo their toughest tussle of the season during the regular season. And now back at 4th and goal here for the Green Wave.
Mobile Christian players and coaches trying to maximize this home field advantage, telling the crowd, get in it, make some noise.
Herring in the backfield, 4 receivers. Maybe a direct snap right to Herring. Let's see. Nope. Chapman with the pressure coming. Gets away from it, has time, fires to the back of the end zone, and this time they've got it for the touchdown.
Nice job by that quarterback. His number 1 read was number 5.
Yep.
He was covered, and he looked for the other crossing routes coming across the back of the end zone, which is 99.9% of the time going to be open because you just don't see him when you're playing linebacker back there, and he found one.
Xavier Lanier had an 82-yard touchdown pass last week, and he's got another one here tonight, now 8 on the season.
Well, Avery almost got him, but he doesn't get him.
It's just tough for those DBs to have to cover back there, especially when he breaks his target and has a little extra time. Got one of the Gordo players down the far side. Looks like he's going to get up. That's
not only
Pat Manning.
Yeah, not only extra time, Jim, but it's almost like he's playing a video game at that point.
It's backyard ball.
The whole field was wide open for his sight, and that's a good player right there.
Yeah, he's been in some fights before, and they're used to coming out with W's. So I knew this Gordo group, they're going to give all they can, even to the inning.
Hankins on for the PAT. Walker Brandon is the holder. What a beautiful night here tonight at the end of November.
Incredible.
Chicago-like weather?
Stealing days from Old Man Winter.
Yeah.
Global warming's for real.
Hankins, low snap, and he's got it. Good job.
Even worse than that, I think it was more than low. I think it was bad.
Yeah, but Brandon
did a good job to correct it.
Did a good job to grab it and get it set up there, and Hankins ties it up. And if you're Gordo, you just have to have a big sigh of relief after what happened to start this game. They gave up a touchdown on the first play of the game, and then Mobile Christian drove down in the red zone twice and got stopped. And so now it's a 7-7 game with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 11-play drive.
Yeah, they made them exhaust everything they had too. You know, they used every tool in their box there. They threw it some. They used the big running back, Herring some, and got some big plays on that drive.
Of course, it all started with a fake punt.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what Mobile Christian had them stop back deep in their own end.
Yeah,
that's called making them earn it, right?
They did make him earn it, but in the end, Gordo got 7, and we're all tied. And now, what kind of a final 2 minutes are we looking at, and what kind of a final second half?
I say a fun one.
Well, we'll listen to you, Vic. You were dead on last week when you said you said McGill was going to run away from it at the end of the game and take the ball and hide, and that's what they did.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Cox, we're going to put our headsets down now.
Hankins to kick off, and now they put Troy Young right over in the spot where it was Pooch to last time. And this time they'll go down the middle of the field. It's going to bounce, and Grady picks it up inside the 20, and Jordan Grady up the middle of the field, and Grady with the speed to about the 38-yard line.
Well, he's not a bad choice to get it either.
No, he's not.
That's a dangerous ball bouncing around there on the kickoff.
Yeah.
Live, of course, at that point. give him all the way up to the 40.
Well, I'll tell you, the senior quarterback for the Green Wave just did a great job. We'll see what Mobile Christian's Cam Horn can do.
See Mobile Christian perfect in their region. Their first region championship since 2000 this year. They beat T.R. Miller on the road to win the region championship. And you see Bayside and Hillcrest Evergreen rounding things out. They give it to Polnitz, and he was looking to throw. Polnitz, and they've got him wide open. Polnitz, but it's incomplete. It's able to have Ladner in stride, and Polnitz had the time to throw it, and it was just about a yard too long.
Well, they probably talked about this during that long defensive possession that they were on and said, hey, we got to come back and strike. They had the right play call. They caught him with the pants down. They just didn't deliver.
And Polnitz actually threw a really, really nice ball there.
I think so, too. Receiver had to lay out. It would have been a beautiful catch, but was catchable.
It was catchable, but would have been a big-time catch. You're right. And he could have walked in if the ball hits him in stride.
You're right.
2nd and 10. Horn up the middle. You heard that one as he pushes forward, still on his feet to the 45, 46-yard line. But he doesn't go down until the very end at the whistle.
Nothing there. He fell down. Crowd wanted a little something saying extracurricular, but
that's just good offensive defense playing hard.
There you go.
Till the end of the whistle there.
There you go. Even though I thought I heard an early whistle.
He gets 6. 3rd and 4. Now they'll go to the Wildcat. Oh, no, they'll bring Horn back in. He was just overlooking at the sideline to get the play. And Troy Young will line up as the sole setback. And they hand it to him on the right side. Young cuts it back up the middle, and he's got a first down into Gordo territory to the 45-yard line.
Nice job by Troy, just reading off his block, cutting off the block of the guy, pulling around right there and just saying, I'm going north and south.
Boy, does he accelerate quickly, too.
He does. You know, maybe during the second half, we'll see more chances for that acceleration, but the acceleration comes after the great read and patience.
Alexander takes the handoff. He's trying to get around the corner, looking for a cutback, and he takes a big hit after a gain of 1. Cam Alexander, just 5'6", 140 pounds, and was looking. Coach Cottrell said if he gets around somebody, they're not going to catch him.
I agree. It looks like it.
He got stood up there for a gain of about maybe 1 as we're down to 35 seconds left. And looking to the sideline. Play clock down to 15, but more importantly, the game clock down to 20 now. Horn looking to set up the screen, fires it, bobbled and caught by Polnitz, and then he's going to be hit and dropped for no gain.
That's number 5. You come in his territory, he's going to say hello, Hondano.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Herring makes the stop, and
it looks like a member of the Ironworkers Union, but I guess he's just a high school kid.
Well, as coaches says, he'll bring his lunch bucket to work, and blue-collar type of worker, and you've seen him right there.
Great player.
He's working it.
Dead even at the end of the first half here, 7-7. We'll wait for Tara to catch up with Coach Cottrell.
He's going to feel good about his position, I'm sure.
All right, she's got Coach Ronnie Cottrell. Tara.
Coach, you knew going into this game that Gordo was a very physical, high-scoring offense. What has been the key defensively in keeping them to just 7 points this half?
Our defense is playing great. Gus Smith, our coaching staff, done just a great job. You know, they got an outstanding team. We had 2 or 3 opportunities to get in there. We didn't get in. We got to finish those scores. I hate they got us on a fake punt. That was a big play for them. We were close to making a stop just for the half, but you know, they got a good team. We knew it was going to be this way. We just got to play better.
Yeah, you said earlier this week that this was going to be the biggest challenge that your team has faced so far this season. What's going to be the message to the guys to overcome and then come out with the win?
We just got to play together. We got to keep doing what we're doing. It's a 48-minute game. It's not a 24-minute game. So we'll be back in the second half.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach Cottrell, for catching up with Tara there. And, wow, what a first half. 2 really good teams, which you would, as you said, Vic, what you would expect in the semifinals.
Yeah, and I agree with Coach. It's going to be a 48-minute game. They've got the second half. They have got to play.
Yep, we will take a timeout here. When we come back, we will hear the Gordo Green Wave Band. Coming up on our Pepsi halftime show, semifinal game here in 3A, tied at 7. Seven here at the half, our Pepsi halftime show. Let's go down to the field here at Mobile Christian and enjoy the Gordo marching band. Mobile Christian 7-7. Gordo and the Leopards tied up. Speaking of Leopards, let's get on and enjoy the Mobile Christian band and the hits of Elvis over the years here tonight on UTV 44.
One, two, ready, play. One, two, ready, play. Ready, play.
Mobile Christian Harrison Stadium tied 7-7. The Leopards, first time they've ever made it to the semifinals. And they're trying to advance on to Auburn. Gordo, the Green Wave. They've won 4 state championships in their history, and they're looking for another trip back there with a win here tonight. Boy, this game started off as well as you possibly could have it for the Leopards, Dan Brennan. They got the big play early, but then they had some opportunities they didn't take advantage of.
Yeah, they had 3 chances inside the red zone, basically, and came away with only 7 points. And that fumble near the goal line was going to be looked at as crucial, obviously.
And if you're Gordo on the road, you're saying, hey, we're even at half. We got 2 quarters of football to go play to make it to state. They're happy in the situation they're in.
And you said it earlier, you know, it was a reversal of roles. You know, they weathered the storm after that big play from the first play of the game, and now they're back in it. They scored a touchdown, so they want to tighten it up and play together here in the tight game.
Yeah, Leopards got the kickoff at the 40, and first play from scrimmage. Horn looked like he checked out of a play and was able to get that one off to Polnitz, who took it 60 yards, and nobody was going to catch Eric Polnitz. And he broke the tape there at the line like a sprinter. And then this was what really kind of changed the momentum around in the first half. Troy Young looked like he was going in from the goal line, gets the ball knocked out of his hands, and then on the same drive, they get a stop, and then 4th down, a fake punt pulled off very well by Gordo. And then Gordo on 4th and goal. Chapman able to find the back of the end zone as he gets it to Xavier Lanier. And that tied the game at 7. And that's where we're at right now through the first half.
Take a look at the stats.
Thank you, Vic Lockett. See the total yardage in the first half. Only 97 yards for Gordo, and most of it coming on that last drive, as Mobile Christian had 192 and Gordo only 24 yards rushing. Now they've had some sacks that have taken some of that yardage away, but you know you're going to get a healthy dose of Colin Herring in the second half. Big back running the football.
It took them a long time to get their first down.
You're right. Had 4 punts in the first half, and you see where we're at. Horn with the big first half, 7 of 8. And we've got 2 quarters left here in our season on UTV 44. Tara is down the sideline. Let's get an update from her.
Thanks so much, Jim. You know, a crucial play that first half was that trick play, that fake punt that Gordo ran. And I asked Coach Lawley, who went in and designed that? Who called that? He said it was his special teams coordinator, Coach Brown. He said they practice it at least twice a week during practice, and they've run it 3 times this year. He said they've been successful each time. And I said, okay, well, how do you maintain the momentum that you took when you scored on that drive after the fake punt? He said, my quarterback, Coy Chapman, said it best coming out of the locker room, that Mobile Christian hit us with all they had. We took it, and now we're coming back to fight this second half.
So, you know, you really get the feeling Gordo feels a little fortunate, maybe, the way that first half went. And now it's kind of like, okay, reset, halftime, scoreless game, basically. It's now 7-7. And can they come out and do what they've done to so many other teams at the start of the game? Can they do it to start the second half? And they'll get the football first to try to do it.
Both boxers got a chance after the bell rang. They got back in their corner.
Yep.
They got a chance to sit on the stool.
They've got cut.
Yeah, and they thought about things, and we're going to see between second half adjustments and really just second half, how's this momentum going to start? Gordo gets the ball to start it here in the second half after finally generating an offense late in the first half.
Coach Cottrell brought Freddie Roach into the corner.
Maybe so. And tell you what, Ronnie is such an inspiring figure. There's no telling where he's left his team here to start the second half.
And he's a huge reason why they're playing in the semifinals here tonight. I mean, from not just X's and O's, but the way he relates to young kids is just something special. And he's had that gift, if you will, his entire coaching career.
Yep.
Horn with a high kick. He'll chase Sharon all the way back to the 5, and Sharon, who's got 3 already this year, all the way up to the 45-yard line. It was actually S.E. Davis on the return, the big receiver. And Davis, who had 3 touchdown returns on 5 returns this year. 3 touchdowns on 5 returns. Now he's 3 for 6. Hurt the average on that one. Got it out to the 45.
Pretty good batting average.
Boyd Chapman, senior quarterback, will lead the Green Wave back out here. They're undefeated on the year. Ended up ranked number 2 in the final poll. Wanted to go to the far side. It was shut down, so he'll pull it down and pick up 5. Hearn there to wrap him up, and Jake Brooks, the sophomore, there also. He wanted something to the near side.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't there. He just said, hey, I'll get what I can get.
Yep.
Been very impressed with both of these guys that handle the football of these teams. These quarterbacks are ready and up to the task.
Pulled it down and picked up 5.
Yeah, Andre Scott in his face, too.
Changing the play, looks like.
Chapman gives it off to Herring up the middle, and Herring's got a first down under the 41-yard line.
Yeah, good change of play, successful.
Picks
Kick
up
the
9.
sticks and get the first down, 9 yards, Jim.
Yep.
Big man just takes it right here, right up in that B gap, looking for some contact and saying get out of the way.
Just gives his lineman that extra split second to establish the block.
And he's not really hesitating. It just takes him that minute to get there.
That is a Alabama Secretary of State first down. As now Chapman wants to go up top, hangs it out to the end zone. Intercepted. Mobile Christian will come away with the pick. Ben Coleman comes away with a football.
I'd like to see how.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it was 2 receivers in the same vicinity, and both of them thought the ball was coming to them, and it's the defender that comes down with the ball.
Lanier is still down. Lanier is about 4 inches taller than Coleman.
Here's the replay.
Wow, Coleman right in between the 2 of them. He just wanted it more.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's what you've got to think. When that football's in the air, it belongs to you.
Wow, that is
And he just tracked it, and he almost came around the backside, but the official right away pointed touchback. We've got one of the 2 receivers for Gordo was down there in the back of the end zone.
Remember, they were able to throw that one after, again, establishing the run again.
First time they've really taken a shot downfield deep.
Yep, that was they had that in mind. If they could get Herring to run a little bit, get
13.
Wow.
I mean, I think Thomas Langdon is the most surprised guy here at Harrison Stadium, number 15 for Gordo, that didn't drop right in his arms. He didn't even see Coleman coming. And the Leopards.
Thank God that young man's up, and looks like he'll be okay. Go over to the sideline, get him some power, and get back in the football game. And Sudden change.
Yep. Got a lot of that in this game.
Yeah.
Forced the turnover.
Now let's see if Mobile Christian can reestablish some offensive push against this Gordo defense that tightened up.
Zip to the far side. Polnitz has it. And he'll pick up about 6. He had the big play, the 60-yard touchdown pass to open the game. Cohen over there to wrestle him down. He'll actually give him 7 yet.
The key to those little wide receiver screens out there, either the receiver has to make a play on the corner that's defending him, or somebody has to block to kill him off.
Young trying to get to the left side, and there was nothing there except the green wave.
He's having tough sledding in between the tackles.
Barnett filled the gap and made the stop on Troy Young. That young man going to Arizona. He's a guest on our pregame show, and it's a delightful young man.
Yep. He's grateful for everything he's experienced here, and they're certainly grateful to have him here.
The shotgun, and now Ronnie Cottrell wanted a timeout before that. It's been a very penalty-free football game. Not had many flags here in this contest, but Coach Cottrell takes a timeout 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, that's mighty early.
On 3rd and 3. May have not liked the alignment that he saw and just thought this is...
Well, I wouldn't think, though, he's sitting at a really crucial point of the game to spend it, but there's no telling what he saw and what was going on. Maybe trying to avoid a penalty.
Well, here on Cottage Show Road at Mobile Christian, and Ronnie they trust.
Yeah, I do too. He's a good man.
Our UA Early College Game of the Week. Last one tonight, brought to you by the Sheriff's Offices of Mobile and Baldwin County and the Drug Education Council.
Sam Cochran does a good job. Saw him last week.
Go Build Alabama. They just did a social event, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. GoBuildAlabama.com.
You didn't get the call 3 in the morning. No.
Pepsi. I'd be there for you, Vic Lockett. Put it 3rd and 3. Ladner split to the bottom of the screen. Empty backfield. Horn looks to the slot, gets it to Alexander. And Alexander is going to have, it appeared, the first down right at the catch. Be enough to move the chains. And there was a ball thrown in amongst some players there. And Horn...
He did a good job to get it around that outstretched arm, didn't he?
He did.
Otherwise, it was going to be batted back to him.
Well, there's a flag on the far side. So just as we mentioned...
Got a legal formation.
False start procedure against the Leopards. Takes the first down off the board and now brings you up to 3rd and 8.
Might have just been lining up incorrectly, Vic.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, there you go.
On the blue team, still be 3rd down.
Yeah, sometimes somebody covered up the end man on the line or didn't check in on the end. That sort of thing can happen.
And again, they'll empty the backfield with 5 wide receivers. Horn against a 3-man rush, middle of the field, wide open. He's got Alexander, and the speedster breaks a tackle at midfield. He's still on his feet. Cam Alexander inside the 30 and steps out at the 28-yard line.
Great read by Cam Horn, because immediately by formation and how the defense didn't line up on that slot guy, he was open from the jump, Jim.
48 yards on the reception for Alexander. And a 3rd and 8 turns into a big play for the Leopards. And how about at 5-6, the breaking of the tackle, not just the speed on that play.
Yeah, great play by the quarterback, and he's got some weapons on the outside right there.
Young up the middle. He's to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line.
He's a pretty looking back, and you just get the feeling. Keep feeding this guy. He's
gonna
got
break one, huh?
Quick feet, good vision, and he's strong. So
runs upright, hard to get a hand on him. Around the right side, trying to turn the corner, and he'll get ridden out of bounds. As he finally got over there, and Ridgewood did a good job to have a hold of the Leopard jersey.
Now here's
good for a first down.
Here we go. This is red zone, and this has been a little bit of trouble for this. It's been a lot of trouble for Mobile Christian tonight.
Missed a field goal and they got down here once before, and then they fumbled inside the 1. Grady up the middle to the 7.
Just sort of picking his way there, finding some traction there. Out there in that B gap. Big hole there, and he says, I'll go through it and exploit it.
2nd and 2 for the Leopards from the 6. Horn gives it to Grady, pushes ahead, still on his feet. He's going to have the first down. 1st and goal here. Leopards look like maybe have a little equipment issue on the line as they bring Justin Eubanks, a freshman, in as Dylan Dixon came out. 1st and goal at the 5. They will not go to the Wildcat. They will stay traditional formation. Alexander in motion. He takes off the handoff, and he goes to the right corner. He's in for the score.
Yeah, I like the call. You know, if you're going to run to the edge, stay or do it, and stay away from between the tackles with this group. They got you down here, but switch it up right now and go out there on the edges.
And reward the young man who had the big 48-yard reception on 3rd and 8 to go in for the touchdown.
Yeah, he was the man of the drive, but I just like the way that this team game plans and certainly the way that they execute. This is a well-coached team, Vic Lockett.
Yeah, both groups, I would say, great at executing what they're trying to do.
Bo Horn on for the PAT. Cam Horn on the hold. And the Leopards lead 14-7. Their first score since 11 seconds into this game. But they regain the lead. Semifinals. The big play on the drive, 48 yards to Cam Alexander, who would later cash it in for a touchdown. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeves on the sidelines, Jared Kihas in the truck, and a high kick to the near side after the Leopard touchdown, and nothing doing there.
No fair catch either.
Yep.
Says, I'm going to play it.
Gallman comes down and makes the stop, and Gordo will come out at the 30.
One observation about this Mobile Christian defense, they're pretty young. You see a lot of juniors and even sophomores on this team. I know we're worried about 2016, 2017. They're bound to be pretty good.
And I think you probably see at 3A, you have to have more young kids maybe always play just because of maybe don't have the sheer numbers of a senior class. But,
but they can play.
Absolutely. Coy Chapman under center with the pitch to Herring. And Herring back to the 30, but not much more.
Yeah, that's why. Carter Busby, he's kind of a missile. He's a linebacker. Goes about 212. Loves the play, loves the contact, loves to compete, and he is the leader of those linebackers because the rest of them
are underclassmen. Yeah. Michael Prince, who's the starter on the offensive line, was over there on the defensive line, came out on that play. And no gain on first down with the green wave. They send Herring out of the backfield, and they flip it off to him with pressure coming, and Herring is going to be hit for a loss. Great coverage over there.
Big Herring does it all.
Yeah.
He'll take the handoff. He'll take the swing pass.
Well, I think you're right.
Jordan Grady with a great stop.
Grady with the great stop. That touchdown pass that they got from Chapman for their only score. The original target was Herring out of the backfield. The kid's got good ball skills and good mobility for a guy his size.
You can tell the coach knows he can depend on it.
Yep. He loses 2 on that one, so 3rd and 12. Chapman looking right the whole time. Now over the middle of the field, he's got Lanier, and he's got a first down and a whole bunch more inside Leopard territory, and a big collision between young And Coleman.
Once again, Jim, there was no question who he was going to on that play.
Well, I was taking a look at that offensive line. They gave him all day back there to make a sandwich and decide what he's going to do.
He just waited for Lanier to clear the zone,
huh?
and when he did, he was ready to get it to him.
He's got the touchdown tonight for Gordo, and as I said, had an 82-yard touchdown reception last week, and now Green Wave back in business at the 40. They faked to Herring, and now this one goes off the back of the lineman as he was trying to get it over to S.C. Davis, who wasn't really near that football as it went right off William Hankins' back.
Yeah, he was trying to get rid of it real quick because the pressure seemed to get on him a little quicker than he thought. But they were trying to set up some type of tunnel screen there with the wide out.
Well, they basically, to this side of the field, it was a fake of the play that lost 2 yards a couple of plays back.
Correct.
Flaring his
Big
running
number
back
5 out this way.
Right.
And a timeout. He's saying the play clock should have been reset, but it was at 25.
I saw it at 0.
Oh, okay. So they
and he don't know if it was reset.
Like he was maybe trying to get a.
Yeah, they needed to reset it. So they're probably not going to charge him with the timeout. Good job by the Zebras.
Yep. Good job by Chapman noticing it too. Senior quarterback's been in a lot of big games for this Green Wave squad.
He
like
knows
his
the
demeanor.
down and distance, and he knows the play clock. I got to look at that.
These quarterbacks are like staring into a mirror, aren't they?
Yep. Herring to the 35, gets 5 on second down, and as Coach Lally said, inside the 40, it's pretty much 4 down territory, isn't it, Big Rocket?
He is not going to try a field goal unless he goes away from his trend tonight.
3rd and 5 from the 36. Chapman on the blade, hand off to Herring, and he's got some space, and he's got the first down inside the 25-yard line.
Dan, wasn't that pretty how they just let the rush just kind of suck in there, and then they underneath hand it? Look at it here.
Yeah.
All the linemen are pretty much beyond the back.
Basically a draw play, and then you've got
That's exactly what it was.
Busby coming off a block, and this guy's too much to handle.
And the first contact was 10, 15 yards downfield.
Yeah, he had all that momentum. Busby's coming off a block trying to stick it to him, and it's just tough. And the other thing is, it was 2 down territory right there. So you bank on him to get at least 4 or 5.
Sure. Rolling out, Chapman fires. He gets to complete to Langdon, who steps out of bounds at the 13.
You should expect, it shouldn't be a surprise to us when you get this far in the playoffs that you're going to have good quarterback play, because I'm telling you, these guys at this level can truly affect the game, and the guy that's touching it the most really has the handle on it. So we're seeing good quarterback play out of both these teams.
Yeah, you're not able to hide a quarterback at this point in the playoffs. If your quarterback's not a great player, you're not going to be able to hide him.
And they're both leaders too. I mean, they both really are managers of the game in the best of ways.
Mm-hmm. They just exude all the characteristics you want in your quarterback. Second and less than a yard here for the Green Wave. Herring gets it, and he's got the first down and falls forward to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, if you're going to meet that guy in the hole, you better bring your lunch.
Also a good push by that offensive line. They got some good blocking right in the center of that line.
And he's another additional offensive line of his own, right?
He is, yeah.
Or lineman, I should say.
Do those linemen have some sort of back insurance? I mean,
they may need it, huh?
Yeah.
First and goal at the 8 for the Green Wave. Guess who? Herring up the middle. He's upended.
That was
down
Hearn
to the 4. Mm-hmm.
I thought he tried to go airborne there. Thought he was showing me another trick in his arsenal. Credit the linebackers in the defense for chopping his feet from under him.
It's like a throwback.
He is a throwback.
Just a throwback to
the Green Bay Packers of old.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
He makes his opponents throw up.
Jim, not a Packer fan at all.
Second and goal from the 4. Herring hit that time and then hit up top and tripped up down low, and 3rd and goal coming up. Might have got one.
Yeah.
Not much more.
Remember the old cheer, hit him high, hit him low, and that's what you got to do. You need more than one guy on Herring. One up top, one below the waist, and see what you can do.
Especially low. Do not try to hit him high. You may go for a ride on that Mack truck.
Gordo's only touchdown tonight came on a 4th and goal situation, and here they're at 3rd and goal from the 3.
4-down territory.
Indeed.
For them and their philosophy.
Double tight ends now. Lanier goes out wide. They give it to Herring on the right side. Pushes forward, and he's in for the score.
I told you guys, if they put Herring at fullback, you can expect for him to get that belly play, and that's exactly what they did. He's going to ride the horse that got him here. Coach Lolly loves that guy, and I tell you what, he's a good horse to be on.
So on 1st down, they give it to Herring. 2nd down, they give it to Herring.
Yeah.
3rd down, he's able to get in here, but
good at lineman. That's good job by him there.
yep, finished off and kept
59. Yep, that push Dan was talking about earlier. There's something there.
Nick Pounders. Very big PAT coming here from Hankins to try to tie it. And he does just that. So 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Herring with a touchdown ties it up for the Green Wave. Young man plays virtually every snap.
Kept his legs up, huh?
And he's got it tied for Gordo, who's unbeaten on the year, trying to make it to state, as are the Leopards from Mobile Christian. Green Wave fans on their feet after their team comes back to tie it up. Behind the running of Colin Herring, it's in for the score, and we're knotted up at 14 with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Hankins. Yeah, they were trying a little pooch onside kick attempt here, it looked like, and be offside on the far side of the field. I think it's going to be that flag. Because if you're kicking it short to the near side and you're lined up way on that side.
We got offsides prior to snap. We got offsides on the kicking team.
You got a long way to go to try to help recover that one from the far side. Xavier Lanier was lined up out there. It was a good kick. It was kind of dropped in to no man's land there. Hankins will try it again, backed up to the 35.
Using a little strategy here.
Sends this one all the way back, and Grady picks it up at the 17. Now Jordan Grady trying to go all the way across field, and is trying to get to the edge and brought down near the 30.
He gets there in a hurry, doesn't he?
He does.
He makes it seem easy.
Lets that ball bounce around a little bit until he's ready to grab it and head upfield. And look at Cam Horn. Just one incompletion tonight. 188 yards and a touchdown.
You know, here at 3A, what we've witnessed tonight is some really good football, including some really good players.
Yep.
Gritty players.
Yeah.
All for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Won't see a down on the next level.
A lot of these guys will see it down on the next level, though.
A lot of them will not.
Most will not.
So one of the young men who will see it down on the next level is Troy Young, as we mentioned before, going to go to Arizona at this point. And he said, challenge is trying to break free against that Gordo defensive line. He did a good job.
When he gets to the second level, he can be trouble, but that D-line has been tough.
And Nolan Busby ended up blocking back when they come out to the near side. Ladnier up to the 39. Ladnier had a great block at the end of that play. Dan Brennan noticed that scored the touchdown for Cam Alexander on the last drive.
Got him in position.
Yeah, so it's the alignment the defense is lining up to him that's making that very open for the offense.
Right, they got a safety way off of the slot guy.
Yep, not good.
Good look there at Cam Horn. Third and a long yard coming up.
Well, you know what they would do. You know what Gordo would do in a situation like this.
Give it to the running back, and they give that one to Young, and I don't think he got there.
Not much in the middle. There hasn't been much in the middle all night long.
Now you're Ronnie Cottrell. You got a decision to make here.
Yeah, I think he sends it to him.
4th and a yard.
Yeah, this is one of the rare possessions. Collins wasn't even in the ball game, giving him a break defensively.
They don't even hesitate about bringing out the punt team here. So 4th and a yard. He's going to have the first down, and he took a huge hit after he got it.
Gutsy call there by Coach Cottrell.
They were
after you got it, my friend.
Yep, they were quick, got up to the line, and there's really not a lot of resistance right initially. As he came across the line, he easily gets the first down, but then pays the price with a big pop there from Cohen.
Well, quickly as he got up there, I thought they were going to try to draw him off sides.
Yeah, you don't see him under center very often, and now it's like they want to take a shot. Horn does. Floats this one on the near side, maybe a little underthrown, and coming back trying to get his hand on it. Lander and Polnitz were there, and you could tell that one kind of got away from Horn a little bit.
Yeah, slipped out of his hand.
Yep, didn't have the tight spiral that he usually does.
Polnitz was one-on-one straight down the middle of the field, and he just kind of pulled the string on it a little bit on the throw. But I like the approach. You know, they're taking their shots. They realize they've got some big plays if they can connect.
They got the speed.
Far side, Polnitz, and he's wrapped up immediately as Manning is on him.
Nice job by Manning. They really like this kid, and I've seen he's made some plays through the year for him, and he makes a big one right there for him.
Yeah, Polnitz. Not a lot of ankle to grab there, but
he got a little bit he could get, right?
Manning had it.
That's the way to break that thing up. If you come up there and attack it quickly as you can, you force it back inside or even make the play, nothing happens.
Wow, that was all kinds of wrong before that one started. You know, this was a drive. Vic, you noticed it. The Herring is not out there, so maybe a chance to.
Yeah, I think he's just over there getting
sure.
something to drink. He's standing up with a water bottle in his hand, ready to go.
False start on the blue team.
I think, you know, watching Herring rest, if you will, on the sideline almost tells you everything you need to know about what happens the next time they get the ball.
Yes,
they're giving him a blow. That means
they want him sharper.
Yeah,
on the pressure on the offensive side.
And if he establishes that run big time, then they can do anything.
3rd and 16.
There's a big man.
Pressure coming. Horn underneath, able to get it to Ladnier, but pressure from behind will bring him down for a gain of maybe 2.
Inside screen, bubble screen, but nothing there.
No, the defense was reading it. They kind of felt it, you know, and once you start freeing them up, those linemen so quickly, those defensive linemen, they're now trained to feel it and say, hey, it's not going to be anything. Let me stay back here.
Clark did a great job to come up with a stop on that one. And we are through 3, so we will head to the 4th quarter. 4th down coming up for Mobile Christian. We are tied 14-14. We are 12 minutes or maybe more from finding out who's going to state in 3A. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeves on the sideline, Brian Anderson, our statistician, Jared Kios in the truck for our last quarter of the 2016 season here on UTV 44.
What a sad occasion for us.
I agree. Sad the fact, too, this game's not being broadcast live. Whoa. Bo Horn with a big booming punt, a fair catch called for, and then drop loose ball. Mobile Christian lands on the football.
Jim, I was going to say, comment after that could be one of the biggest plays of the game, just assuming he was going to catch it.
It's even bigger now, huh?
It's a lot bigger now.
David Cox hustles down there, and, you know, it wasn't, you know, Sharon wasn't real committed to the fair catch. It was kind of an iffy fair catch signal.
I'm going to put you in the role. Let's watch this replay again. His feet kind of come out from under him, too, right there. Oh, well, actually, he dropped it ahead of time.
Yeah, he didn't square up and make a nice basket to go ahead and pull that in.
Vic Lockett, you're now the offensive coordinator. Trouble in the red zone. They've got it right at the fringe of the red zone. What do you do?
I think they need to stay on the edges again because that's what got him in the end zone down there. There it is.
Holnitz's in motion. He tries to get around the corner, and that is shut down. That was either going to be a little gain, a loss of a little, or that was going to be a holding call that was going to get pulled back because that was not.
Okay, Dan, well, I'm fired as offensive coordinator. That quick. I get one play.
We're going to give you some more.
Yeah, I thought they should stay on the edges there.
Loss of 2. You see now Herring back in there defensively for the Green Wave. Horn fires it to the near side with some space. Here's Alexander, the little speedster. He's in for the score.
By the way they lined up, the slot has been there all night, and there it is again.
They got a big cushion there on it, right?
Yeah, too much, and especially with a guy like that running that out, and then, like you say, he turns around. He's got all that space. Then he turns on his speed.
Yeah, it might seem like a throwing it around in the yard, but this is a big game. Cam Horn has been delivering the football on point, on time, in a place where the receivers can then use their speed and use their talent.
Correct, yeah. He's putting the world in great position. We've seen great quarterback play on both sides of the ball.
Bo Horn, who just had that huge punt.
That was a good look at him there. He looks like he ought to be in middle school. He should have passed his bedtime.
He doesn't play like it, though.
He does not. He plays like the big man on the campus of a university.
Now each team with a huge special teams miscue. Mobile Christian not covering the fake punt in the first half. That led to a touchdown for Gordon. Then Gordon with a fumble by Cavante Sharon on the punt. That led to a 2-play drive and a touchdown for the Leopards.
Gordo team's got moxie, and this Gordo team's got a lot of good players.
And they've got time, 11 minutes to go.
Well, their expectations are high, so they expect to be in the game at first. They expect to win it, not just be in it.
38-2, as we said, in their last 40 games.
I like the demeanor of their coach, too. He's confident, but not too cocky. There's another one there who's got some confidence, too, that he exudes.
He's got a little moxie.
He's
got a little moxie.
He knows how to talk a team up and talk some players up, and I assure you they are listening. Recruiting coordinator in the nation, I think, a couple of years at the University of Alabama. Won some awards there, so
Florida,
he knows to talk.
A lot of people say that, he was the architect of that Florida State dynasty in the early 90s as well, with all the great recruiting he did there.
He was smart enough to miss on me.
That one goes out of bounds. Yeah, he had a great run, and it was all about how he related to kids. I mean, that's what he said. He said kids didn't want to hear coach speak; they wanted somebody who knew them, and that's what he did as a recruiting coordinator. And he was just always had the top recruiting class. It seemed like wherever he was.
Yeah. On my visit there, he was just a guy that picked us up from the airport, and he rose and worked his way up to being the recruiting coordinator, and he's done well for himself. Right out of Brewton, Alabama, right?
Yes, sir, up the road.
And so came here after a one-year stint. He's been down at Bryan and some other places and coached over in Florida. And one-year stint
at Godby High School.
Yep, and one-year stint at Chickasaw, and then came here. Do you think Mobile Christian's glad to have him?
I think this entire stadium's glad to have him.
Herring, Sampson had a piece of him, but Herring lumbers ahead for 11 and a first down. Hearn just got a ride on him until he finally came down after a gain of 11.
Hearn's got to pay him some gas money. He gave him a lift right there, but he's done this to a lot of people. And you can see why.
Sampson was in there, had some penetration, but didn't get a lot of him.
Remember, they rested him on defense not long ago.
He went to the truck stop, so he's all gassed up now.
Chapman, with pressure coming, rolls out, fires it away. That was a good throw to get it away and avoid the sack, as Carter Busby was in there harassing him.
Yeah, Busby, he shows some quick feet when he comes on the blitz and some tenacity, too, and that just wrecked that whole play.
Chapman thrown against his body and got enough on it he didn't want to try to complete that. He wanted to throw it away because he knew his receiver was going to be hit for a loss. So no gain on first down. Davis, his favorite target, to the bottom of the screen. Instead, they'll go up top to Manning, and that's broken up immediately by Troy Young.
Playing a little defense, come up there and force the issue on that little wide receiver screen. I tell you, if you jump it quick, you can destroy it.
Excellent defensive player. He really is something on that side of the ball.
He's an excellent player all around.
Yes, he is.
They lose 5. That'll be 3rd and 15.
We've had some big third down plays, you know, right when you're ready to say, that's the end of that drive, not so fast.
They'll keep Herring in the backfield. They fake to him, and now they want to set up the screen to him, and it's incomplete. And Herring is covered there.
Did they interfere with him?
Yeah, I think they may call it on him, but I didn't think he
Hearn
did.
was right there with him.
We got number 32. Hold.
Oh, okay.
No, that's defensive holding. That's going to be defensive holding. Yeah, 32 Hearn. He just pointed the wrong way.
Boy, when he saw the Mobile Christian fans jump to their feet, he knew right away.
And he said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there a little.
He's just on his back there, and usually they don't call that thing.
I think it was the right call, though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it was. He was obviously the intended player, not.
See, I've been in that position a couple of times, and yeah, I'm all over that back when I smell the screen.
Yeah, so not enough for the first down. It's not an automatic first down.
Well, they've had a knack of converting since midway through the second period.
3rd, long 4. Delayed handoff to Herring, and up the middle. Herring's got the first down to the 40.
They like that delayed draw, and they, as Vic said, they bring everybody up. You know, they allow defenders to come on upfield.
They executed well.
Yeah, he's tough to handle.
If your momentum's going backwards and he's going forward, he's gonna win.
Yeah,
no shot.
No shot.
Did Paul Hornung wear that number 5 for Green Bay?
He wore it differently.
Inside. This time, good penetration by Austin Cox, who came up with that big fumble recovery on the punt.
What did they call that backfield at Green Bay back in the day? You know, they had
The Horsemen, the 3 Horsemen.
Was it the 3 Horsemen?
No, I don't think it was that.
That was Notre Dame, wasn't it?
With the 4 Horsemen.
4 Horsemen. Green Bay didn't have 4, only 3 of them.
No.
I called the Packers a lot of things over the years, Vic Lockett. Some even had the.
This is a family event.
Okay, I'll stop there. 2nd down and 10.
Jim, the big Bear fan.
Up to Hornung.
Did you call him Hornung?
He's got the carry. It's Hornung right there.
Yeah.
Headed to the Hall of Fame. Looks like Ray Nitschke with the black out there.
He's just a football player.
He is Ray Nitschke on defense, right?
Yeah, he is.
I'll tell you, Ray Nitschke, you know, his phone number is in the phone book in Green Bay. Like, people can just drive through, look at Nitschke. It's right there.
Wow.
You call him. 3rd
I'm afraid to call him.
and 5. For Herring in the green wave. Same play, penetration. Herring. It's going to be a little short, but you would guess they will go for it here
Go
at the
for it
30,
now?
33.
That is their MO.
Cox again on the penetration, the safety blitz, and, well, I'm sorry, nose tackle. He gets there, but he's not able to wrap up, and then it really becomes a task. It's Busby and some help.
Wonder if Coach Lally is maybe take a timeout here and figure out exactly what he wants to call on 4th and 4 for the green wave. At the 33-yard line. So we asked you our trivia question in the first half. Vic Lockett doubled down.
Man, Jim gets excited about this. He just never gives me a nice reward if I even get close.
You know, first and also the winningest coach all time at Mobile Christian.
All time.
Friend of high school football on UTV 44 for years, Vic Lockett.
Well,
our buddy.
Glenn Vickery.
Oh, yeah.
Glenn Vickery, who
I did not know he had a stint here, though.
two stints, was here from 1976 to 1979, went 34-7. Then he came back 86 to 96, won 77 and 45, won a championship in 1979, and then another one in 1995. He won 2 of their 3 AISA state championships. Also coached baseball over here.
Okay.
Glenn Vickery. I'll have to text him after the game and let him know that he was the trivia question tonight.
And tell him what I didn't win, Jim.
4th and 4 for the Green Wave, and now under center, and they'll put Herring at fullback, and they'll fake, and they'll bring Herring out. Stepping up, Chapman looking to the end zone. It's tipped, incomplete. Now they throw a flag for pass interference.
Wow.
They go to Lanier. And Coleman, who had the interception.
I thought he was going to go to Herring, and it was there.
Yep.
It was there, wasn't it, Dan?
It was there. Herring got out of the backfield, and
But he was being harassed a little bit. I think that might have made it tough to get it to Herring, and then he bought himself a little more time.
Right.
Let's watch.
You're right. It's Trent Avery that kind of chases him off that one.
Wow.
I don't know.
He does have his hand or something, doesn't he?
I don't see anything.
I thought that was they were like holding left hands.
No, I didn't see any hand
We got
contact.
pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Wow. Let's get another quick look at it if we can, Jared.
I didn't see any contact that really would have warranted the flag.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, the hands to the face?
No, that's not what was called.
No, it's just.
Well, I mean, it's interfering.
But I mean, the ball had already hit him off. That's a tough break. Tough call for the official, though, as well. Chapman fires that one low and incomplete.
You know, but it seems to me
Manning couldn't grab it.
You're going to make a call like that. It better be.
You got to be sure.
Egregious or something that you're really sure you saw. Now we've seen it twice, 2 slightly different angles. Neither one indicated.
Wasn't very definitive or egregious,
no.
like you put it.
No. Tough break.
So a defensive holding, and then a pass interference on that drive.
That's going to allow this young defense going to have to hold up the power running of Herring and the quarterback play of Chapman.
Chapman fires it near side, and that's incomplete. That time they kept Herring in as an extra blocker, and he was overthrown as he was trying to get to S.C. Davis.
Still 4-down territory if it's not successful here, Jim.
If you haven't tried a field goal in the first 13 games, and you're down 7.5 to go, and you're down.
And you're down the road.
Yep, down by a score. Still lots of.
So he's got
time.
He's got weapons. He's got poise. It's a good player right here. So
I agree.
And he's got Herring.
He's got Herring.
You need that.
2 more down.
Gets 5 a crack, and he's got the first down. Davis, they bring him in motion. Looking, guess who? Herring has some space, and the big guy will be stopped at the 15. Carter Busby came in and made the stop, but they get a few, and will bring up 4th.
And Mobile Christian got smart, getting down low, and that kind of started him a little bit. I think he didn't run full steam ahead trying to protect his ankles.
That's a tough guy. Tough guy right there, number 5, Carter Busby. This whole team has a lot of respect for him.
4th and 7.
Well-earned respect.
He showed why right there.
He might get to go another week without a haircut. 4th and 7. Ronnie Cottrell. Let's see who took the time out here.
I think it was Ronnie.
Yeah, he had to, because there was nobody on the wide receiver out wide over there.
Wow.
And they covered the slot guy.
So,
yeah, I mean, he was just going to stand up and throw it.
Notice that, and second timeout taken by Mobile Christian here.
Yeah, and at this point, though, I think that was a worthy timeout for
sure.
You've been able to do it twice, once on a fake punt, and right there, if Vic Lockett's eyes are telling the truth, I missed it, and Ronnie Cottrell, if somebody saw it, maybe up in the press box.
Exactly. Well, they're paid to not miss it.
Well, if you need some food for maybe the SEC championship game to watch, how about the Zax Pack from Zaxby's? 12 pieces, 18 pieces. You get 2 of the 18s, that's a 36. Available in all your favorite flavors, chips, sides, toast, tea. And thanks to Zaxby's for feeding our crew all year long here on UTV 44. Good food. They need the nourishment. Get here early and stay late. Here we go, 4th and 7. Boyd Chapman has time, looks to the back of the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Receiver fell down.
That was S.E. Davis there, and Davis cannot believe he didn't get a call.
Yeah, it was clean back there. He just seemed to got his feet tangled up and fell down the back of the end zone.
We'll watch here as they kept herring into block.
He's on the ground.
Feet tangled, maybe?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, did Jordan Grady's feet get tangled with Davis's?
Good no call.
Yeah. Okay.
The way Davis responded, it was immediate.
Yeah.
He could not believe there was no call, and he's still hot on the sidelines. Let's watch here.
Maybe a little arm there?
Maybe a little hand to the back.
Yeah. You know, the other thing is, Davis is making every effort to catch that ball, and maybe simply he just laid out and then was looking for a call. It's really hard to say.
But it wasn't egregious, was it, Dan?
It was not.
Leopards take it back over. Troy Young up the middle to the 17-yard line.
Eat some clock, huh?
Sure. And you know, in the first half, we saw Mobile Christian do a great job of running that play clock down all the way. Just even in the first quarter and the second quarter.
Yeah, they had the ball, you said, the entire first quarter, right?
It really seemed like it.
Yeah, when they got it cranking a little bit, they would come out with a little more speed and not let that clock roll down.
Horn on the pitch to Young on the right side, and Young out in front. Ooh, great play over there to come up with a stop as it looked like he had some room to go, and then hustling over Devon Madry because it looked like he was on his way to a first down. Madry came in and closed on that one. 5'8", 151-pound senior. And now if you're Gordo and get a stop, you can set yourself up with good field position.
No doubt.
Thinking ahead, already Gordo has been successful 3 times on going for 2 this year. Third and 7. Gives it off to Young on the right side, and Young breaks a tackle and lunges forward for a first down to the 26.
Boy, when he shows you the burst that he's got, it's a little bit eye-opening, isn't it, Vic?
Yeah, you can tell he's special, and you know you need special players and special predicaments, and this is one of those predicaments. He makes that guy miss right at the line of scrimmage, then makes another guy miss 9 yards downfield so he can go ahead and get the first and kick the stick.
The first guy to miss was Lee Williams, the one who stuck him and caused the fumble in the first half.
He said, not this time, big guy.
Yeah.
Horn rolls out, able to get it to Alexander, who makes a good catch after a little bobble. He's up to a 33-yard line.
You like the positive yards for sure, but obviously when you throw that thing, the last thing you want is for the clock to stop, and if that ball is not completed, that's exactly what happened. So that's a really good play on a couple of levels.
Yeah, so they gain 8, and Horn came over and talked to the offensive coordinator, and he grabbed him and pointed at the play clock and said, we're snapping it way too soon. Let's take our time. And now,
yeah, I was a little surprised they snapped it that early.
These quarterbacks like to throw it. They want to get a chance to sing it. Now inside 5. Now this is what we saw in the first half. Second down here for the Leopards. Give it off to Alexander, and he is met by 3.
Gorgeous slammed on him.
Yeah, Kobe Driver, the first one in, 270-pound junior, did not get the first down. So this will be a 3rd and 2 here for the Leopards as we are coming under 4 minutes to go. So when you lean on your offensive line to give them just a little room, right, Big Lockett?
Yeah, that line coached by my old teammate Roosevelt Patterson, a good friend of mine, Archie Wright. Roosevelt, he was part of that great Viger dynasty, and Went up to University of Alabama with me, so he's got rings from both places. He knows what it feels like.
Horn winds the play clock inside 5. Now he wants to roll out, looking across the middle of the field. It's nearly intercepted as he just threw it too far in front of Gallman.
You know, he probably had the first down if he checks down to the guy on the outside.
Yeah. Right. Grady coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, but he's trying to make a play. Watch right here.
Yeah, that's a tough little pass there.
And so now we'll bring Bo Horn on to punt. He had the big booming punt. He averages 38 yards a kick, and that's what set up Mobile Christian last time as it was dropped by Cavante Sharon. But Sharon has 3 touchdowns for punt returns this year. As a team, between kickoffs and punt returns, they have taken 7 back to the house. The incomplete also stopped the clock, Dan Brennan. Horn with the kick. And wow, neither one go after it as...
Yeah, maybe you would have liked to see at least a fair catch.
Yeah,
right
I think,
there.
yeah, Sharon was looking at Manning, and Manning was looking at Sharon, and they let it go right between them.
20 yards.
And it rolls all the way down to the 15-yard line.
That's exactly why you have twin safeties back there, so that doesn't happen. The AHSAA reminds fans that we all play a role in the education of our students, parents, fans, and folks in the community. All set an example for students, whether they're aware of it or not. Help set a positive example in everything you do, both at the games and in your community. Good sportsmanship is what sets your school apart. And that's a public service message from the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
I agree. Amen, 100%. And I got to give a little shout out to Trey Mesco, freshman up and coming here at Mobile Christian. Showed me a lot of good sportsmanship during halftime.
Vic Lockett get back up to the booth in a hurry as they give it to Herring. Herring near the 20-yard line. So Gordo, 2 timeouts left. Down by 7. And we're inside 3 minutes to go in the semifinals. Mobile Christian trying to get to state for the first time, and what a play coming in. The junior Trent Avery went low.
Take away his legs. He cannot go anywhere without his legs. He's a good football player. Number 5, we've been talking about it, but go low on the big man.
Wow, and Avery just came in untouched.
He's going to protect his knees, I guarantee you. He wants to feed his family.
3rd and 8 for the Green Wave. Boyd Chapman, quarterback, airs it out on the far side, and it's incomplete. Now there's pass interference thrown there as Lanier was there, was underthrown.
2 flags. They bail themselves out with a penalty again. Yeah, maybe.
Yep, that's Young over there and got him on the arm, but the ball was so underthrown. It wasn't going to be a chance to be caught. That doesn't matter in high school. But there was contact over there. But, you know, as bad as you don't want to take that penalty, you can't let them get behind you. You're going to give up 15. It's not like the NFL. You're going to give up 15 here. And it will be a first down.
I thought that one you should have just let the players play, especially on a crucial point like this in the football game. You don't want to affect the outcome as a rules maker and spectator.
It's a huge play because they'd be at 4th down and about 9.
Yep.
They've got some weapons they can throw it to if they get a little bit of time. I mean, they're still way in this game.
Number 11, he's their big play receiver. Rolling out. Chapman has time, flips it to the near side, and able to grab that and haul it in is Manning. And he's going to have another
Manning, too.
First down up at the 47. Good awareness to know where the boundary was.
I don't think at 3A we were really expected to see so much really good skill level talent
playmakers,
on both teams. You know, just a variety of guys.
Pleasant surprise.
Alabama Secretary of State first down.
We appreciate the early Christmas gift for Gordo.
To the near side, they get it to Davis, and Davis up with some speed. The 40's going to have a first down.
I thought that was high, but Davis played above the rim to pull it down. Huh?
Busby did a great job of making that a high throw, but it wasn't too high for Davis or Busby and some other defenders that got in the face.
Grady was coming on the charge, and Davis able to step around him. As we're at 2 minutes to go. Chapman looking right the whole time. Then he comes out to Herring out of the backfield, and he's brought down there by Avery at the 34-yard line. Good pickup on first down of 6.
I'll tell you what, they probably have to get Herring a new uniform every week because you cannot clean the dirty work that young man's had.
Second and 4. Chapman pump fake. Now wants to go to the corner. Looking. Is it intercepted again? Yes! Second pick of the night for Ben Coleman. Went up against Manning.
Ben just played it as well as he could. I mean, and the pass was out there, but he was just right there step for step. And he hangs it up there, but Ben's right there with him.
I mean,
I'll take that.
You cannot play it any better.
No, you can't.
I mean, didn't cause any contact. Second pick of the night.
Well, I mean, he's made 2 interceptions in the end zone.
Yep.
That's how big he's been tonight. Now you've got Gordo with 2 timeouts remaining. They'll have to use them pretty quickly. A first down means the game's over.
Look at the senior, the emotion, playing his last game here at Harrison Stadium. Big hug from his other cornerback compadre, Jordan Grady.
A lot of elation on that sideline.
The pitch, Young. There's Herring coming over to deliver the big hit. And Gordo will take their first to final 2 timeouts.
Comes over off offense and plays some defense. You could tell he's been in a football game or something tonight, right?
Yeah, man.
Every coach who's going to watch this game would love to have that young man on the team. You could just tell.
That's how his uniform looked after warm-ups.
We'll take a timeout here. Minute 20 to go. Mobile Christian has the ball, the lead, and maybe a trip to Auburn next week. Flag a flying here at Harrison Stadium for the Leopards. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Pocketer, Reeves on the sideline, Jared Kihas on the truck. That young man, Cam Horn, trying to lead this school. Their first ever appearance in the state championship game and from the High School Athletic Association. They won 3 state championships in the AISA, but this is when they moved over here back in 2006. This is the furthest they've gone in the playoffs. Another stop, another timeout by Gordo. They are now out of timeouts. Third down coming up.
Need a big stop here. You want to go over there and talk it over and make sure.
Ronnie Cottrell with maybe the most obvious statement of the night to us on the field. He said, if they score 55 tonight, as they've done the previous 3 weeks, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, right. That's not
no
good.
trouble for him tonight, huh?
His team has held him to 14.
Let's call a play, Vic Lockett. I like the toss sweep myself.
Yeah, you know, I called it to the edges last time, and they stopped
And
it.
stay
so
in
we'll
bounds.
see.
Don't get too wide.
Yeah,
You've got to stay in bounds.
Right.
Yeah, remind these young guys of that, and see if they can pick up the first down. Seal the
114.
game.
And remember, you're punting to a team that has taken 7 kicks all the way to the end zone this year, but they have struggled in that department tonight.
How about the ultimate?
Would you?
The ultimate respect in your quarterback in a play action, something, and only throw it if it's wide open.
Maybe to opponents.
And you get a first down, and the game's over. I doubt it's going to happen.
Plausible.
Horn.
There it is.
Play out. Play action rolls out. Gets it off to Young. And Young has got the first down and maybe a whole bunch more. Troy Young. Pushed out of bounds inside the 5, but it will not matter. Coach Brennan dials it up. The Leopards listen, and they'll be rewarded with a trip to state for doing so.
You can't do that. You cannot call that play if you don't have the ultimate trust in your quarterback.
I tell you what, you know, I've heard Coach Saban on a few occasions say, big plays, get it to your best player, and that's what they did.
Is there a flag? The officials are meeting. Is there a flag? Is there a flag? The officials are meeting it, and they're bringing him all the way back. Ineligible man downfield.
Well, speak of the devil, Coach Saban. And Coach Saban ruled.
I did not see the flag come out.
That changes everything, as they say.
And on a swing pass, you know, I don't think linemen are going anywhere. They usually, you know, just standing up blocking.
Yeah, it was a
maybe Jared can get it back up on the reel and we can take a look.
It wasn't like a screen that took a while to set up. It was just a little
swing.
Fake of the handoff. Yeah. And Young was coming out of the backfield. Wow.
Tell you what, that ignited
Coach Brennan, did you talk to the lineman? Did you talk to the lineman before the play? Did you remind the lineman?
I guess not. That's amazing.
We got ineligible downfield on the blue team. We play third down.
Well, again, you just, you know, we didn't see it. I know the replay's not available. You're just thinking, I hope the heck he was.
Right, and the flag, when we see it, is at the near, dropped at the very near side on the 20-yard line, right on the 20-yard line, totally away from where the play went to the far side of the field. So now at 3rd and 11.
Well, it still took a lot of time off the clock there. We're under a minute, so.
Yeah, Brian Anderson,
that works for Mobile Christian favor there.
Yeah, Brian, our statistician, saw the flag down on the field. And Ronnie Cottrell cannot believe it. I think he's going to take his last time out to maybe try to settle himself and his players down. Around with Gordo on a timeouts. 3rd and 16. That's
you still have got 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe 5 critical snaps left to this game now with that penalty.
Right.
Whereas that was it.
Right. No, yeah. You're going to take a victory formation.
Correct.
Yeah. Get down there.
Yeah. Now you've got plays that are going to really matter a number of times, just depending on how this all works out. Now the fact that Gordo's got no timeouts left, that's huge.
Sure.
Really huge, because Mobile Christian, obviously, they're going to run it here.
Yeah, and you worry about the turnover and having 16 yards to go, having to throw it further downfield, more of a chance for an interception.
Yeah, you're just going to run it here. You're going to run it here, let that clock roll, and not punt it. So you absolutely have to.
Do not hurry to get up. If you get knocked down on the play, the lineman, do not be in a big hurry to get up, right? They're out of the shotgun. There will go. They give it to Polnitz. And Polnitz reverses field, looking for a block, comes up the middle. Still on his feet, and the Green Wave trying to strip the ball away, but that burns off 11 seconds just on the play, and now they'll have to get everybody unpacked. And Gordo, they still haven't started the clock yet, so Gordo's will be down maybe around 10 seconds. They still have not started the clock.
That
33.
Close to making that
now
the ball
they
game.
wind it with 29 seconds left.
That's it.
So there's 4 seconds difference.
Wow.
Between the game clock. And
can you take a delay here?
I was thinking that, but I'm not sure what you gain, except using the whole thing. I think that's probably what they're trying to get his attention. They don't have any timeouts. They snap it. Pressure coming, and he got it off. And now, well, there's a whistle. There was a whistle in the ball. What? The game will end. There was a whistle that
Yep, I heard one.
But Mobile Christian.
Maybe it was a band whistle, because I've heard a couple too that I thought.
No, let's see. I'm trying to see what Coach Lally came over and talked to the officials.
I think the referee's heading off the field.
Yep, he is.
Giving us our equipment.
Yeah, he's giving us our microphone back, so it is over. And Coach Lally went over, got his team, and brought them to the 50 and said, make sure we were in line to shake hands.
Wow.
This game is over. Wow. Congratulations to Mobile Christian.
Can we break it down on what happened on that last play? It looked like they were trying to tell the punter, let's not even do it.
Yeah, they were going to take the delay.
They snapped it anyway.
And he was trying to communicate it, I think, to the center.
So I don't know how much time was left at the moment he punted the ball. Does anybody?
But they wouldn't have blown the whistle at that point because the play
it
keeps
was
going.
about 4 seconds.
Yeah, and then
4 to 6 seconds.
But of course they had, Gordo was lining everyone up to come for the block. They were selling out for the block. But that whistle was very odd. Well, but there's Ronnie Cottrell. You could hear giving a little Ric Flair down there on the sidelines. As he not only gets this team to the semis for the first time, now he's taking them to play for the trophy, the big one.
Congratulations to Mobile Christian.
Wow, what a
Coach
game.
Cottrell, good guy, good friend of mine.
What a game here tonight. Tara is down there with the state-bound Ronnie Cottrell. Tara Reeves.
Thank you.
Coach, emotional moment right there as the time ran out. You knelt down on the ground. Tell us what was happening in that moment.
I just thank God for this team. It's the most amazing group of kids. Y'all see them, they fight. And they try so hard to do what we ask them to do. And I'm just so proud of them. I thank God for being a coach of this team. It's a wonderful school. Great group of seniors. Troy Young, gosh almighty, what a player. What a player. What a whole team, actually. Great win.
You made history tonight just making it to the 3A semifinals. Put into words how it feels to make history once again with your team heading to Auburn for a chance at the title.
It just, I just can't even believe it. We're going to Auburn, man. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm so happy for this bunch of guys. You know, they said, the seniors last summer, when we met as seniors, they said, we want to set our goals to play 15 weeks. And we're moving to 2A, moving from 2A to 3A. And dang it, I just didn't think that was a good goal, but I didn't say nothing. And look at them. They're going to Auburn. They're going to Auburn.
They sure are. Talk about all the seniors. You've been vocal about Troy Young really leading this team, and then Coleman making two huge interceptions in the end zone.
And see, Ben's just become a starter. What great plays. Carter Busby. There's 13 of them, and I'm not going to name them all, but they are special. And I want to get over there with them, but we thank you all for being here. We're honored to be a part of this 44 television broadcast.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
And an emotional Ronnie Cottrell, just and rightfully so. You know, if you're not emotional at this point, you're in the wrong job. I mean, this is what a wild way to end this game. You have an 81-yard pass play, 79-yard pass play at the end. It gets called back. Well, it looks like Mobile Christian is looks like they're going to the state championship there. Gets called back, and then they have to punt. Time's about to run out, and what a wild end. And you have a whistle in the middle of the final play, but 21-14, Mobile Christian going to state. Congratulations to the Leopards.
Well, Ronnie was quick to give a lot of credit to this team, and we get that for sure. But I think one of the reasons that this team was able to perform at this high a level is Ronnie and his coaching staff.
And how about hats off to Gordo? I mean, what a great team, great coaching staff, and a great player in Colin Herring we watched tonight. Vic Lockett.
We knew it was going to come down to the wire because this group is used to winning. They have high expectations, so you would expect them to be in the ball game till the end.
What a season we've had here on UTV 44. We thank you for being with us each and every week. Our crew, I mean, I can't say enough about Jared Kihas and our entire crew that we have there every week. They're here 15 weeks away from their family every Friday night. They're here early. They stay late. They're the best that there is here, and we can't thank them enough. All the support we get back at the station. Bobby Totes, the general manager there, who does such a great job at supporting high school football. Thank you to UTV 44 for allowing us to do this again this season. Thank you to Vic Lockett. Thank you to Dan Brennan. Thanks to Tara joining us and all of our crew. And trophy presentation to Gordo as they finish the year again, falling in the semis. 2 of the last 3 years they've fallen in the semis.
They're a good team.
Oh, they've won 38 of their last 41. And now we see the Mobile Christian Leopards winner of the semifinal here, so they get to go to Auburn. What a joy for these young men, going to get to go play at Jordan-Hare.
Yes.
I mean, what a joy. The seniors playing their last home game here. Not many kids get to win their last home game, and they did it right here. So again, thanks to all of our crew. Thank you for watching here on UTV 44. We appreciate your watching these games each and every week. We love bringing them to you, and we'll be back next August for another season of high school football here on UTV 44. Mobile Christian going to state, winners of the 3A semifinal. They'll play for the MAP next week with a big win here tonight at home, 21-14 over a great Gordo Green Wave squad. So long from Harrison Stadium.